name is Victoria Rose, and I am coming live to you from Thailand. I'm here in Hua Hin. I am house sitting at the moment looking after two gorgeous rescue dogs, Fiona and Gracie, and I get this whole house to myself. And what am I actually doing here? Thank you for joining me. What am I doing here? This is actually what this live stream today is all about. What I'm about to share with you is vulnerable, personal, but if I don't share this stuff with you, then for some people, they cannot follow the example unless they see, well, what actually happened to Victoria. So today's live stream is all about 5 questions that you need to ask yourself and to understand if you can answer yes to those 5 questions. So here's the deal with that. My experience has been that very, very few people can give a resounding yes, I've got that, to the 5 questions. Let's see what the basis for these 5 questions is, and I'm just about to share that with you now. Where are we? Here. So that is why I'm here. That book, my own book, actually helped me see what I needed to do to actually live a better life. As I do all the time, though, let me just share with you the heart. You see, the thing is, the world needs. It's very hard to do this when it's mirror. I'm gonna get it today. Yes, I've got it. The world needs more heart. If there's one thing that I've got on my travels, is that there's not enough people that are acting humanely, humans with humanity. So there's a lot of humans on this planet, but there's not a lot of humanity happening. Now that acting humanely, whether it's to other humans, whether it's to other beings, the animals, the insects, the wildlife, the flora and fauna that we have on this planet. Notice I don't say my planet or our planet, because we actually don't own it. And perhaps that's why we're not doing a very good job with looking after it. But let me go on. I want to heart you all and see, just take note during the day. Am I acting from my heart? Am I connecting from my heart? Let's now move on to the main theme of today, which are those 5 questions that you need to ask yourself. They're really simple questions, and guess where I got them from? Ta-da! So this is a book I wrote and published in November 2014, How to Make the Rest of Your Life the Best of Your Life. Tough Love for Smart Single Women over 60. I've had 32-year-old mums have a quick look through their mother's book and go, oops, that burnt chop syndrome. I'm doing that. I can see I have to stop doing that. So she went right ahead and bought the book. What are those 5 questions? Well, like any good book, I have a little formula inside, and here it is. And this is the diagram. And basically, it's how to move from now to wow. So how to move from where you are now in life to what you consider to be your wow in life. So that's where I am now. I'm been wowing it for the last 14 months. Oh, it's not to say there haven't been a few little ups and downs, but that is life. And if we continue to want life to have not have those downs, well, you basically, I don't think you can experience an up unless you've had a down to learn from. If you don't have those ups and downs in life, then you are flatlining, and that is not living. Let's now have a look at the 5 questions. So you'll notice that there's a star in the middle, and at the very top it says now. I'm here. Do you know where you are now? Now, this is not a location, smarty pants. This is you actually having a look at where you are in life now. Let me share with you what happened to me when 3 years after writing this book, so in October, November 2017, I was not in a good place. I felt ashamed because I'd gone and written the book, guys, How to Make the Rest of Your Life the Best of Your Life, and I was not making the rest of my life the best of my life. So where am I now? That's what I was thinking to myself then. So I know where I am now? Yes, I did know where I was, but it wasn't pretty. Okay, I had to have a look. I had managed to get myself into quite substantial debt, something clearly I wasn't happy with. And I was now living in a place in Victoria down on the Bellarine Peninsula that started out fine because I was just across from the beach. But as time went on, certain circumstances happened and I was not happy. So, what you would do is to actually sit down and go, wow, so where am I in life now? Do you know? Yes or no? So if you don't know, then you need to sit down and figure it out. So for me, I got a yes for that. So do you know where you are in life right now? To address that in the book, there are some really important things. I'll only share one of them with you, and that is if you do not know what you value in life, then you will make decisions that will not serve you. It's so important for you to be able to say, if someone says to you, oh, okay, what are your top 3 values in life? You need to be able to rattle off in order your first value, your second value, and your third value. And there's a really good activity. See, this book isn't just a storybook. Yes, I do share significant parts of my life in this book. It's more of a workbook, though, meaning you do things, and at the end of each of the parts, you then commit to paper certain things. Really important. Unless we do that, if we keep everything in our mind, it doesn't work. It's a jumble. Okay, there might be some people that works for, and that's good. I would suggest that for most people, that doesn't work. Let's now have a look at the second question. The second question is, how did I get here? So you know where you are now. I was unhappy, in significant debt. How did I get there? Did I know? Well, some of the things I didn't know. I had to say, although I knew some things were not good, I had to really sit down and figure out, okay, what has been my habitual behavior, my habitual thought process, my habitual words, the language that I use? What is it that I continue to do time and time again without even being aware of it? So I really couldn't answer Yes, I did know a couple of things, and a couple of those things are, well, I'll share one of them anyway. I can't tell you everything. One of those things that I still have, and that is that I am attracted to bright, shiny objects. So there it is. I'm like a bowerbird. There it is, sparkling there. And oh, wow, if I just get this and pay the massive thousands of dollars to do this course or to buy this or do that, then it's all going to be fine. I cannot believe that an intelligent person like me, did I just say that? Actually did that, but I did. So that was one of the things that I had to fess up to, that I was a bowerbird and suffered from the sparkly, shiny things syndrome. Now, having said that, there's a small caveat. So, yes, I am attracted to this and I am attracted to that. And one of the reasons why is I have a very strong quality of curiosity. And I believe that's a good thing. So, because I am so curious, I like to, oh, that interests me. I'll have a look there. I'll talk to that person. I'll do some research on that. Because I haven't been as focused as probably I should have been at that stage, and I did broaden my horizons, as it were, I have quite a good knowledge of a broad spectrum of things. So I like that because my curiosity is a big part of my personality and of who I am. And you have to recognize that. So actually I will share two things with you. And this isn't about blaming the parents. No, no, no. I take full responsibility for my life, especially at 57, 50, or 58 years old. So that's, no, 68. What am I saying? Whew. So what happened? Yes, I just turned 60. No, I just turned 67. So I was brought up with a lower socioeconomic family, I guess you could say, working class. We were always struggling. Money didn't grow on trees. The attitude around people that had money was that they were crooks and banksters and and people that sold drugs and they were criminals. And so I was brought up with this whole thing around that actually having money wasn't good. And that was something that I had recognized a long, long time ago. And that is still something that works within me, but I'm so much more aware of it now. So let's go back to the second question. How did you get where you are now? You might think, you might say yes, like I initially said yes, but quite frankly, there was deeper stuff to come out. So you need to dive deep with this. Why do you need to know? Because unless you know the road you've been on, there's nothing stopping you from taking that road again, which I did a few times until I just realized. Okay, so let's go to the third question now. So, what do I want? Surprisingly, I challenge nearly everyone who's watching this. By the way, most people watch this on replay. So the replay viewers who's ever watching this, anyone who's ever been to my workshop, and especially anyone who's ever been to my business and corporate training workshops on how to lead, I challenge anyone to resoundingly say, yes, I know what I want. And if you say that I know what I want, and resoundingly, and you can stand in that truth, I say to you, bravo, because there aren't many people that actually know what they want. So I had to sit down and I had to say, okay, I thought I knew what I wanted and was acting on that, but look at where I was now. And I was not happy. And I was determined that I had to make changes. And that brings us to the fourth question. Will you take action? So you've done this work and the plan's all in the book. Will you take action? We can have as many thoughties as we like. Oops, there's a monkey. This has to be Thailand, right? Oh, yes. Apparently, you do get a lot of monkeys here. This is the first one I've seen, which is why I'm going, oh, look, a monkey. I've seen snakes and all of that stuff. Anyway, back to it's having the thoughts around, yes, I'm going to plan this out like all the work that you've done so far. And actually, it won't be like work. You'll be excited because, especially if you follow the guidance that I've given you in my book, stuff will just tumble out naturally and easily. I'm a direct talker. It could be my 23 years as an Army reservist and training officers, soldiers in weapons drill and theory, creating courses for soldiers and business people. I'm just checking that monkey isn't coming close because the monkeys are inclined to be a bit aggressive here. Let me just have a look. Luckily, I have the two dogs, which are supposedly keeping away any other snakes, and hopefully they'll stop a monkey from bounding over, wanting to give me a hug and say hello. So here we are. Where are we at? Oh, yes. You have the greatest gift. You have free will. What are you doing with it? You cannot blame anyone else, anything else. And I'm really strong in this. And you might think I'm being a bit harsh. Okay, you can think that and continue to live the way you're living. Never forget you have free will. It is something that you cannot deny. What are you choosing to do with it? So I was having a look. That's just a dog looking at the monkey. So here we are. Free will. I know I have free will. I owned my part. Oops. A lot of action going on here. This might be the last time I do an outside broadcast from this location. I know I have free will and I own what's happened and my part in it. And by the way, this isn't that 5-letter word that starts with B, and that word is blame. This is not about blaming your parents or your kids or your partner or your teacher or the bullies at school or anything like that. I believe in stepping into owning your power. And to do that, you just, I believe, have to accept responsibility. You know, there's this sort of little saying, if it's to be, it's up to me, which sounds quite flippant, but there is truth in that saying. So can you say yes or no? Have you taken action? Well, when I was doing this prior to traveling, I had to say no, I didn't take action. Oh, I had lots of plans drawn out. Oh, I'd done these diagrams on my computer and had lots of thoughts, but I didn't actually follow through. I just thought about it, and it's not enough. That's when, luckily, synchronicity, whatever, today is the 2nd anniversary of my mother's death. And when my mum died, wherever she is now, I believe death is a door. I was fortunate enough to receive a small inheritance. Now you're probably thinking, that's how come you can do it, Victoria. Here you are traveling around, lying about doing all of this solo travel on a pension. No. Let me tell you how that worked out. It was a small inheritance. It cleared one of my credit cards, and I'll tell you how much that credit card was. I'm not proud of it, but it seemed to have been a path that I needed to take in life. And that is, I had a credit card with NAB for $23,000. I know, I feel sick just thinking about it. But it is no longer. It is no longer. And a bit more confession, I actually had another 2 credit cards as well. So not only am I traveling solo on a pension, I'm also paying off 2 other credit cards. So I took action when I had this small inheritance. I thought, how can I do this? I'm in the shit. Let's be fair. Things aren't going to get better. Australia is an expensive place when you're on really limited income. So I hatched the plan. Okay, I love travel, and I am the sort of person that travels better solo. I don't mind sharing part of my travels with others at times, but basically I am a solo traveler overall. So I decided to find out, how can I do this and not cost a fortune? That was when I discovered, what did I discover? Workaway.info, where you volunteer, and there are others out there. And then I also signed up for a couple of house sitting websites, and that was the action I took. I accepted a house sit in Turkey. So then I had to get there, right? So I did. I bought the ticket. Oh my gosh, I've got lots of stories to tell. So the first part is now. Where am I now? You need to say, yes, I know that. I still challenge you that if you took a few minutes to sit down and really think about where you are in life now, honestly, then you might come up with a few more things that you will not be able to say off the top of your head. And then you need to ask yourself, how did I get here? What are those behavioral patterns, those habitual thoughts, words, behaviors that keep me getting to this place where I'm not happy? By the way, since I've been traveling, which is 14 months, to prove that I can live on an Australian pension whilst traveling overseas, I've kept meticulous accounts of, I'd say, 99% of my daily spend. I'm pretty confident I've let a couple of things slip through, but not much. Did I ever do that in Australia? No, no, no. And then the third question you need to ask yourself is, well, what do I want? Because you cannot achieve anything if you don't know what it is you want to achieve, what it is you want to do. Now, it doesn't have to be a big thing, but it's big to you. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about what you want in life. This is your life, and you need to live it, not live it by sitting in the driver's seat. You kick out that person who's in the driver's seat now whilst you've been in the passenger seat. You kick them out and you get in the driver's seat of your own life. Now, I know what you're waiting for, aren't you? You're waiting for the 5th question, and I think you saw it already. So the 5th question is, wow, a celebration. What that means is we are so busy beating up on ourselves. We are so busy comparing ourselves to others and finding ourselves not good enough. Let's celebrate what we have done. And you've noticed that it is a star shape and it pierces the now. What that means is when you figured out the now, just drop down to the wow. How do you do this? A mirror image. Just drop down to the wow. Then go over to the how. Okay, how did I get here? Figure it out. Notice it's pierced there. Go back to the wow. Celebrate. My gosh, I never realized. Then you go to the what, then you go to the will, and you celebrate. Whatever a celebration means to you, it does not have to involve sparkly. Whatever celebrating means to you. So there you have it. That is my live stream for you today here from Thailand, and we've had the excitement. I'll just see if that monkey is close. Um, oh, I think there's some activity happening behind the fence. Which, by the way, oops, the monkey's gone. Apparently, prior to me coming here, there's a tree behind. It's a mango tree, and the monkeys would come and invade the mango tree. They'd be on all the branches, and if you dared look like you wanted to have one of the mangoes, they didn't like it. They'd say, "These are our mangoes. Don't you dare take a mango." My name is Victoria Rose. I am a solo traveler. My mission is to backpack solo. For the first 14 months, it's been around Europe and Turkey, and now I'm traveling around Asia Pacific. My mission is to prove that Australian women on a pension don't have to let limited funds limit the dream. I've done it. I continue to do it, and I'm paying off credit card debt as well. And that, by the way, is why I also have a small online business that I'm passionate about. And on that online business, it's called We Build Your Chatbot. I love chatbots. I want to help small businesses get rid of that fluff, the stuff that they don't like doing. I shouldn't call it fluff. It's the essential things that you have to do. But chatbots take that whole area of your customer support and connection to a different level. And of course, I build chatbots with personality. So that's also how I'm supplementing a very small amount, because I've yet to really launch. I have clients, but not really where I want to be. Because my dream is to get to the stage where I can say, thank you, Australian government. I'm earning too much now to draw a pension. I haven't given up that dream. How about you? Can you answer yes to those 5 questions? Now, do you know where you are now? How? Do you know how you got to where you are now? What do you want? Will. You have free will. Will you take action? Wow! Will you celebrate? Will you continue to celebrate and acknowledge that which you have done? We've just got to give ourselves a pat on the back. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and please share. I'm going to put the link to my book in the comments section. Go and have a look at it. If you'd like to receive the first chapter, in which I give you that technique to actually figure out what your top 3 values are, let me know in the comments or PM me, and I'll make sure you get a copy of that one chapter of my book. Thank you for joining me today. It's been it's all fabulous from Thailand.